Hey guys, Jeff is cooking breakfast this morning. Hello, Jeffrey.
Hello.
He's cooking bacon and pancake and I don't know what else. And we're watching the Thanksgiving parade. I've got it muted right now. But he's doing that, and in a little while I'll be cooking a cake for this is Thanksgiving Day. But of course you won't see it on Thanksgiving Day. But I'll be cooking a cake for our dinner tonight. I didn't want to cook it yesterday because of the type it is. I don't know, is it better after, Jeffrey?
What?
This cake that you like the best, sis.
Better after what?
Is it better as it, like the next day or what? Well, it's too late now, but.
I don't remember. Oh, I know it's good.
He doesn't remember if it's better the next day. He just knows it's good. I think this might be his favorite cake. So, I'm going to be baking that. And I'll bring y'all along with me when I'm doing that. But of course, I'll be dressed and stuff. And I don't know what else I'm going to be sharing because it is Thanksgiving Day. And I'm not going to be like, you know, trying to record a lot today. So, we'll be back. I just want to get the video started and show you Jeff messing up my kitchen. Jeffrey, you messing up my kitchen?
Yep.
He's messing up so I can clean it up. He cleans up after himself. But I don't think I was gonna record what you're doing, but I don't think I will. Since you know that if you go ahead and cook that pancake, that it's gonna get cold before the bacon's done. He doesn't like cooking pancakes. Why don't you like cooking pancakes, Jeffrey?
Me and pancakes don't get along.
You know why? Because you got the heat up too high and you got it started too soon and you try to make them too big. I don't see anything wrong with what he does because they still taste good. Like my burnt grilled cheese is still good. It still works out. But anyway, I'll be back later. Probably whenever I start the cake. Okay guys, I have not gotten ready yet, but no. What am I saying? I haven't gotten ready yet because I want to get this cake in the oven before I go ahead and shower and do my hair and makeup and all that stuff. So I'm going to get that going, and I have not given myself much space. What I need to start doing whenever I start to film for you guys is just get the products I need measured out and ready to go. But I didn't do that today. It's okay. I don't know what that was because you couldn't even see it, but who cares? And that's not why I did it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Jeff and Noah have gone to hunt for a little bit with my brother-in-law and nephew with Stanley and Hunter. I don't know who else is going. They went to do that. And pretty sure that Pooh Bear's cooking. And I'm gonna get this going. So I've got my oven preheating to 325. I have a bundt pan. I have not greased and floured it yet, but I will be doing that soon. And I'm fixing to get this started, and hopefully it all turns out the way I want it to. If not, I don't know what I'm taking to Thanksgiving because I just don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna get the camera down here so y'all can see what's going on. Okay, I had forgotten to turn my Christmas music down a while ago whenever I was talking to y'all, but I don't think it'll be a problem because it's epidemic sound anyway, and I pay for that, so it shouldn't be a problem. So first we're gonna cream together the butter and sugar until it's light and fluffy. Now this is gonna be 1 cup of unsalted butter. Yes, it's a lot. It's called a Bama butter cake. I don't know if I told y'all that part. That is what it's called, a Bama butter cake. I'm gonna keep this butter thing for something in a minute. In a few minutes, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's called a Bama butter cake. So it calls for a lot of butter. There's butter in this part and there's butter in the glaze. So I put those two together, and like I said, I'll show y'all what I'm gonna do with that in a little bit. So 2 cups, yes, 2 cups of sugar. Seems like so much, but it's not something you cook often, right? All right, so that was a 1/2 cup. This is what I think is probably Jeff's favorite cake, but it's the only cake he's ever asked for. There's only been a couple of things he's asked for since we've been married, since I learned how to cook. He asked for the lemon pie. Every once in a while, he'll ask for the lemon pie, icebox lemon pie that his mama taught me how to make, and he asked for this. So, all right, I'm gonna cream this together real quick, and I will be letting y'all listen to some music while I'm doing that, I guess.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. Wanna call it. Rain is pouring. Wanna Christmas in my heart. Wanna Christmas in my heart.
Okay, so I think that's good enough. It's not as fluffy as I'd like it to be, but I don't know, maybe I didn't have the butter soft as I wanted, or as it needed to be. It's fluffy, but it's just not, I don't know. Today, this is making me wish that I would have used my stand mixer, but it's too late now. I'm not gonna start all over, and well, I wouldn't have to start all over, but I'm not doing that. I guess this is about as light and fluffy as it's gonna get. It's together anyway. It'll be all right. We'll make it work. All right, so now I'm gonna be adding eggs one at a time and mixing well after each one. And you guys who have been around for a while watching me cook know, and they're supposed to be room temperature as well, know that I always crack my eggs into something because of different reasons. The main one is shells. Preheated now. I don't want to get shells into my food. So I'm going to mix this one in really well. At this point, you can mix as much as you want and you won't end up messing up your cake. But once you put your flour in, that's whenever you got to think about, you know, if you mix it too much, it's going to make it a dense cake. And you don't want that. Unless it's supposed to be a dense cake, but it'll make it tougher. I think that's why that they tell you with baking to mix together the dry in one bowl and the wet in another, so all of your wet ingredients are mixed, and then your, look, see, there's a shell. Then your dry things can be mixed later, you know. Well, they're mixed separately and then mixed together. They're all thoroughly mixed. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I'm doing today. My brain's not braining. Okay. It's a lot of eggs. It's the way you do it, like the amount of eggs and things, it kind of makes me think of a pound cake. But it doesn't have that pound cake type of texture. Exactly. And it's got pecans in it. It's a yummy cake, but I can tell you one thing right now. I can only eat one piece and I'm done. I cannot eat more because it's so, I don't know. There's so much butter and sugar in it. It's good though. And, you know, I make it to make Jeff happy. So I thought I would make it for this Thanksgiving thing. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Get that egg off of it because I just, see, I got shells in 2 of them today. And if I would have gotten that into my sugar and butter mixture, I'd have been upset with myself. All right, mix that together really well. That's looking good. All right, so now I'm gonna set this to the side and do my other parts with my flour and everything. I'm hoping, oh, I didn't know I got sugar back there. I got sugar back there behind that. Sorry y'all, I didn't mean to try to throw it on you. I wasn't really trying to. I'm gonna set that way because I'm gonna need it again. And I'm gonna grab my second bowl. Okay, so now we're gonna whisk together our flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. So for flour, we need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Put my whisk in there, it'll be fine. Half, so I need 4 more of those because it's a 1/2 cup measure. There's 2, 3, and the last one. Oop, make a mess. That's great. You don't know you're baking until you make a mess, right? All right, move this out of the way. I do not make a mess on purpose, I promise you that, because I'm the one that has to clean it up. I don't really want to make a mess, but it happens. Okay, so I need a teaspoon of baking powder. So I had the right one in the beginning. 1 teaspoon of this. And then I'm gonna put it over to the side. Everything I can get out of my way, I'm gonna get out of my way. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'll link this recipe down below too for you guys. I got it from my insurance company. So that's half of that, and half of a teaspoon of salt. It was in one of their little newsletters that they send out every few months. I think it's like every 2 months maybe. We get a little newsletter. All right, so let me make sure I got that right. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. All of that, and then whisk it together. And you are supposed to be using a stand mixer, but whatever. All right. Done with that. I'm gonna put these in here. Always have your dishwasher empty or close to empty whenever you are baking or cooking, because it makes life so much easier to be able to just put stuff in there. If you have a dishwasher. If you don't, make sure your sink's empty. Or your counter, or wherever you put your dirty dishes. Alright, I'm going to swap back over to my big bowl, and I'm going to put about half this mixture into here, and then I'm going to mix it up. I said put about half and then mix well. Yeah, I'm not one of those who makes messes on purpose when I'm in the kitchen for videos. I'm just not that type of person, and I hope that nobody would ever think I was, because I'm the one that's got to clean it up. I don't have a cleanup crew, and it ain't worth it to me. I got things to do, but I make messes. It's just the way I am. I can't help it sometimes. I try my best to not. Alright, that's mixed. Now, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm supposed to add a cup of buttermilk, but my buttermilk is frozen mostly. So I'm gonna hope that I can get the cup of buttermilk out. I'm supposed to just do half of it at first, so and maybe I can get that. So I'm gonna do a half a cup. Oh yes, it's happening. Come on. Maybe the rest of it will thaw in a minute by the time I get this. Y'all, I don't know why my refrigerator does that. I'll be able to get the other half a cup. But I tell you what, that buttermilk's gonna last me. It's frozen, and you can freeze buttermilk. I actually have some frozen buttermilk in my freezer right now, because I got it super cheap, and when I get it super cheap, I freeze it if I'm not going to use it all in time. Alright, now I put my other half in of the flour. Let me make sure I don't add buttermilk. Let's see. Okay, yep, same thing. Mix, then buttermilk, then mix. Okay, the other half a cup of buttermilk. Y'all, I hope I get it out. If it's a little bit frozen, which it is, we're just gonna live with it. We're gonna deal with it. Come on, buttermilk. I need you. Work with me. I hear it some loose in there, some thawed. It's just not giving it to me at the top. Oh, come on. There we go. Yes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. There we go. I got it. I may not ever get any more out today, but I got that, so that's all that matters. And I'm gonna stick it right back in the refrigerator because I don't need any more right now. All right, mix this well. If you are using a stand mixer, it'd be a whole lot simpler than a hand mixer because you wouldn't have to do this part. You could just put it in and let it do its thing. It's not a hard cake to make, it really isn't. There is a certain system, you know, but it works out. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring. And yes, I emphasized a tablespoon because most of the time cakes have like a teaspoon. So there's that. And then 1 cup of finely chopped pecans. I've got to chop my pecans. Y'all already back? Oh. Noah's back for now. All right, let me get my pecans chopped up and I'll be right back. Okay, so the 1 tablespoon of vanilla and 1 cup of finely chopped pecans. That one's not too finely chopped, but not all of them are, and that's all right. Little pecan surprise. Mix that together well. And don't do any more than that. All right, so now I'm gonna set this to the side because I want to show you the other of what I'm gonna do. Gotta open my new coconut oil. If I can. Come open, please. I'm fixing to get a knife. Where there's a will, there's a way. And if there's not any of that, there's a knife, I guess. Alright, so here's my bundt pan. Ooh, it's got a little bit of water still in it where I... Okay, sorry y'all. That thing done fell down. Everything making noises. I'm washing clothes. Everything crazy. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Woo, that's still a little bit, you know, it loosens up. I'm gonna take the butter things and I'm gonna get whatever butter I can off of this, just because I can. Because it's there when I use it, and it does help you get around the spots. Now I'm going to keep that one because I need some more, and I'm going to put some of this coconut oil into this pan, and I'm going to just generously rub it all the way around in all the grooves, because I'm not... Wow, okay, I'm gonna pick it up, y'all. I can't stand that noise myself. It drives me absolutely bonkers. But anyways, because I don't have any spray with the, like the, kind with the, what is it called? The flour in it. I don't have any of that. I'm about ready to get rid of this here paper though, because I don't think it's helping me as much as I thought it would. I've done this before, but it wasn't in a, you know, bundt pan. It was in a, it didn't have grooves. It was in a plain old pan. And I've done it and it was easy, it was fine. It is helping with that part though. You don't want to leave too much in there on that, you know, in those spots. But you want it to be well greased, because if not, it is going to stick, and you don't want a cake to stick, especially if you're taking it to a family function. And I'm not too worried about getting all that coconut oil off my hand, because it's good for you. Okay, so now I've got the coconut oil in there. Close it up. Grab me a little flour. Yep, I'm gonna make a mess. That's another reason why I didn't want to change clothes or shower and all. I just didn't see any point in me ruining whatever I'm gonna wear and have to change again. Anyway, I'm just gonna flour it. I'm gonna flour this pan up, and hopefully it will work like it's supposed to. If it does not, then you know there's nothing I can do about that. I'm doing all I can, you know? That's what we have to do. We have to do all we can and hope for the best. You make a mess, that's okay. I don't think it's, I don't know. I don't think it's got oil everywhere. Well, it looks like it's got oil everywhere, but some of the flour's not sticking, so it's bugging me a little bit. Alright, I gotta get me a spatula and I'll be right back. Alright, so now I'm just gonna scrape the edges of this. Y'all are mostly gonna see the bowl. But I'm just gonna put it into this butt pan. And like y'all know that I already have the oven on at 325. I love silicone spatulas to get all the goodie out. It smells delicious. This just smells so good. Okay. Oh, I keep hitting that thing. And yes, I use my fingers in my kitchen. I have clean hands. I've touched everything here anyway. I've touched the pan, I've touched the ingredients, I've touched everything. Alright, now I'm going to put it in the oven at 325 for, how long? Turn it over. 50 to 60 minutes. Or until the cake is starting to pull away from the sides of the pan and the toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. So, that's how I'm going to do that part. So let's get it in the oven and I'll come back later to show y'all what else I'm going to do. Okay, so I got my mess cleaned up. The sink and countertop clean. Y'all, I try not to make a mess, but I fail. Drink your water, kids. Anyway, I am floured up all over, but I got my timer set, and now I'm just gonna sit for a few minutes, and I think I'll wait until after I do the glaze. I don't want to, what time is it? Ooh, it's 11:44. We're supposed to be there by 4:30. They're like a minute away. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I shower and everything, because I don't want to be sweaty and gross. And I am right now, you know, cooking in the kitchen. That's what happens, or baking or whatever. But I've just been watching the Christmas parade, which is over now. And then I did that. I baked that. And Noah came back in because he had forgotten something. I don't know what he forgot, but he forgot something. So yeah, I hope the cake turns out good. If it doesn't, I tried. I think it will. It smells delicious. But what went with all that butter and sugar in it and pecans? That's a lot of butter and sugar. But that's okay. It's not an all the time thing. It's just every once in a while. Maybe like once a year I bake this cake. Alright, I'll be back later. I don't know when. Okay, so I've taken the cake out. It's been about 55 minutes. And now I'm about to do the glaze. But you're supposed to leave this cake in here. So I'm not messing with it. It's sitting right there. And I'm hoping it's going to release. We're not going to like worry if it doesn't. It'll be okay. We'll call it smoosh cake or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get this over here so I can show y'all the glaze. Because it has, well actually, I'm not touching this pan. Let's just say the glaze right here. You need a pan. That's the first thing you need. I need to get myself prepped though. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We're going to turn this on probably around medium, well low. Medium low, whatever, something like that. And I am going to, in this saucepan, put my sugar, which is 1 cup. 1/4 cup of water. And, yep, another stick of butter. Yep. You need more butter. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to let it cook on, or I'm going to stir it around and let it go on this low heat. Do not let this boil. Never let it boil. Get me a little spoon. But anyways, you're going to cook this over low heat in this pan until the butter melts. But do not let it boil. Don't let it get to that point. And y'all, there's so much butter. The first time I made this cake, I was like, oh, all that butter. All that sugar. Because 3 cups of sugar, y'all. 3 sticks of butter. I should have cut the butter up. It'll be alright. It'll melt. But anyway, you do this until this melts. And once this melts completely, you take it off your heat and you add 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring. But you got to get it off your heat first. So I'm just going to let that hang out right there for a minute. And I'm going to start doing the other thing I need to do to the cake. So over here in the cake, let's see, can y'all see it? Yes. We're going to, this is a little skewer for like an air fryer. You're going to poke holes, but you're not going to go all the way to the other side. You're just going to poke holes all over this cake. I mean, y'all can tell it's done. Definitely done. But you poke holes everywhere. Because what you're going to do is pour half this glaze over this cake once you get to the point where it needs to be. And then, after you pour this glaze over this cake, you're going to let it sit for 30 minutes. Do not do anything else for 30 minutes. And then you'll turn it out. I think that's enough holes. I've gone wild with it. Alright, this is melting. Yeah, it's cool enough I can touch it. It's fine. But your sugar needs to dissolve and your butter needs to melt. And that's what needs to happen now for this glaze to get to the point of where you want it to be to do the next part. But you're going to reserve, well, no, you don't do half. You reserve about 1/4 of a cup. So let me go ahead and grab 1/4 of a cup. Measuring cup. Whoop. You are 1/4, that's what I thought. I'm gonna keep this so I can go ahead and just pour it in there before I ever pour any on that. Then I know exactly how much I can pour all over that. I might need to turn it up just a touch. You don't want it to boil though. You don't want it to burn or scorch or anything like that. You want this butter to melt though. And this is why it's called a Bama butter cake. I cannot remember the name of the person that came up with it. Does it say? No, it just says Alpha Farmers. So, I find recipes all over the place though. That, the sugar's getting melted and the butter's getting melted. I'll bring y'all back whenever this gets to the point, because it's going to take a few minutes. It's been like almost 5 minutes y'all been sitting here watching butter melt. Okay, so I have turned the eye off because it's almost to the point where all this butter is melted, so that, you know, it can be cooling. It'll melt the rest of the way while I'm sitting here talking to y'all, because there's residual heat in a with the electric stove top. If it was an electric stove top, it wouldn't be, but alright, so I'm making sure all that is belted though, and then I'll take it off completely. Which there's still residual heat in the pan, you know. You just don't ever want it to burn, you just want it all to melt together. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to add my vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. One, 2. I dropped it on the stove top. I'm glad I didn't drop it on that part. Mix that together. Put this, oh, it's gonna take a minute. It won't take that long, but I just don't want to pour it because I'll end up making a mess. I've already made enough messes today to clean up before we go. Okay. Set this to the side. And now I'm just gonna start putting this in, like drizzling it over the entire cake, but I'm not gonna get it right at the middle because I don't want it to go down, you know, too far and go through that hole. I'm gonna go to the middle, but not all the way into the middle, you know, if that makes sense. And the cake is still pretty warm. The cake is pretty hot. And so I'm hoping this will soak it up, and the glaze is hot too. And I'm hoping it'll just soak it up. I hope I put enough holes in it that it won't just stand on the sides, which is one reason why I don't want to put it too close to the middle, because I don't want it to just stand in the middle and make a mess. But you're reserving that over there, that 1/4 cup, for whenever you invert it. Do I need to poke some more holes? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be soaking it up. Or maybe it is, and I'm just, you know, impatient. That could be the thing. It could be I'm impatient. Let's see. It says, make sure the cake drizzles down the holes. Okay. Well, I hope that is going in. I'm putting it on them. It looks like they are because the holes are coming back up, you know. And I can get it from the edge and push it back up. You just want it to be saturated with more butter. All the butter. Tell you what, if this cake doesn't come out, I don't know. All that butter in it. Still haven't figured out why Jeff loves this cake so much, because he's not really into sweets much. And this has got so much sugar. I'm the one that likes sweets in the family. Well, me and Selena. Noah does some. But I'm pretty picky about mine too. Ooh, don't go through there. Don't go all the way into the hole. Don't mind you going to it, but don't go all the way down in it. Just seems like it's puddling toward the edges. I may have to help it some. Go ahead and get it all in here. It surprised me the first time I made it that you put the glaze on like this. It really did. I thought you would, you know, be putting it on after you flipped it over. But you do, you just don't in the beginning. You just do this part first. I guess because if you don't, it'll just puddle up. Alright, so you're supposed to let it sit for 30 minutes. And then we'll do the next part, which is put it onto a serving dish or invert it onto a cake plate or whatever that you're going to use, and then you'll put the other glaze on. So I'm just going to let it sit here. I might come over every once in a while and push this up, but I'm going to let it sit here for about 30 minutes and hope that it does what I want it to do. But it is soaking it up, so that's what matters. Just have to soak it up. Alright, so I'll be back to show you the next part. Okay, so the boys just got back. I'm holding this weird because I already have it set up for me to put it on the counter. Let me hold it like this. Maybe that's not as weird. I don't know. Anyway, I've gotten ready, except I hadn't done anything to my hair except put some product in it. I didn't put my earrings on yet. I may not wear any. I don't know. Anyways, I got a shower, got dressed. I just have to put my shoes on. I'm about to flip this cake out. So let's get to flipping. I have a plate here that I'm gonna do it on. So let's just hope it works. Oh, I heard it fall. Y'all, it did great. Okay. That's perfect. All right, let me wash my hand where I just touched it, but I was trying to get it in the middle. All right, so now I gotta put the rest of the glaze on it that I had this all under a little net tent thing, but oh, it smells so good. So now you just drizzle the rest of the glaze over the top. I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I'll get me another little silicone spoon. I bet I've already got everything else cleaned up. Is that in the middle? It's close enough. It doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of just, I want to get it to where it'll go all the way, you know, on each side. Kind of direct it a little bit. Jeffrey?
He's in there.
Oh. Noah, do you see my cake? You will in just a moment.
Yeah, it looks good. They're gonna be jealous.
They're gonna be jealous. No, why would you say that? Oh, there's a bunch of that. Why would they be jealous? You don't know? They're gonna get some of it, so why would they be jealous? I don't know. Well, it's going everywhere, so I don't have to worry about it not, you know, any of it not being covered. Get it down in there. Get all the goodie out. I'm glad it came out that easily. I'm really glad. Alright, so the cake is done. Now, I do need to let it cool some more, but if it doesn't cool anymore, I mean, you could eat it just now, right now. It'd be fine. But that's the cake. I'm glad it came out of the pan. It looks nice. It smells delicious. You can see the pecans in it too, like a little bit. It's great. Okay, there's a cake. And like I said, I'll link the recipe down below. I don't think I'm going to be recording anything else because we're just going over there and I'm not going to record that. So I guess that's all for today. We're just going to go to Jeff's family's. Well, he is going to slice the ham. There's more than one ham, but this one, Jeff's mama, oh, he put it in the refrigerator. Jeff's mama wanted us to slice it with our meat slicer. I don't know where he put it. Oh, this one. It wants us to slice it up. It came from Costco. So that it can be eaten too, and it'll be in slices. So, Jeff's gonna do that. But anyway, otherwise, I don't think there's anything else gonna be happening. I'm gonna go there and eat and then come back home, and I don't know what's happening after that. But I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. If you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing because I really want to know. If you have a prayer request, you can leave that down below as well. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels and be sweet.